Alrighty, guys. So welcome. We're counting down the top 9 games left. Which game is going to be which one is going to be game number 9? That's what I meant to say. Anyways, let's take a look at game number 9, and that is roster card baseball. Interesting enough, roster card was 9 last time. Roster card stays number 9 this time. So let's take a look at roster card and talk about it. So first things first, how do you get roster card? What is it about it? And why didn't I bring the website up for Play Ball? Well, the reason for that is, number one, I forgot. But number two, Play Ball, roster card, and Fall Classic can all be found in the same location, baseballdicegames.com. You can find out about roster card, you can find out about Play Ball, whatever you want. Just click on it and it'll give you the information. If you want a free trial of any of these games, there's the email address. There's links to where you ordered from, etc. And of course, they're currently doing a PDF sale for the next few weeks as the crisis clears. Only doing PDF sales for the next few weeks. Sorry. So no printed stuff. But if you want a free trial of any of this stuff, send an email to gsovan@yahoo.ca. Find out about roster card and Play Ball, which was number 10 and number 9. So, roster card, what is it? Well, it is game number 9, but what is it? It's mostly, this is what it is. You get sheets, roster sheets of all of the different teams that have all of the different stats for the game. And basically you're going to create your lineups and use these players, roll a dice, and you're going to get a play result. So if, for example, Pedro Severino's up and we roll a 18, we look across at 18 and find the number that is not higher than 18. In this case, a 16, 17, 18, or 19 would be a walk. So it'll be a walk. Boom, done. Go to the next batter. So that's it. There is a copy of like the player batter cards, and here would be like a look at the pitcher information there. Same thing with the pitcher. If say you roll in the 60s to 69, you're going to look at the pitcher to see whether it's a hit. 70, 79 are walks. 80 to 89 are your strikeouts. And 90 to 91 are your wild pitches. And then anything higher than 91 is going to be a check defensively for error or range. So that's basically it. You're going to have 2 sheets of paper in front of you, one for each team, and you're going to be able to just roll and go. Roll and go. Alrighty, so game system. There we are. Roll and get the results. That's pretty much it. You're going to roll, look for the number on either the batter team sheet or the pitcher team sheet, and you're going to get the result. Is there a computer version? No, but there is a little note there for helper, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Can you order print cards of this? No, there is no cards, which we'll talk about in a minute. Order PDF? Yes. Game strengths. Number 1, helper sheet. So the designer has a helper sheet that will let you play this game in Excel for the season files that you order. You do have to request that from the designer developer, but it is basically an Excel sheet that you're going to use to import all of the data from the Excel files into it, and basically it's going to let you play the game on your computer using Microsoft Excel to keep track of the batters and stuff. We've done some videos on that here on my channel. We might do another one here soon on it. For those of you that might be interested, let me know and I can do that for you. So definitely helper sheet, super big help, lets you play on the computer, and that way you can just do it from Excel if you wanted to. Another game strength is 1 roll. Basically, not all plays are 1 roll, but most of them are. If you have base runners and stuff, you will need to roll on another chart to see if they, if there's a man on first, you get a single. You got to find out if he goes to second or goes to third or whatever, if he's thrown out. So there's sometimes a second roll. If there's nobody on, it's usually one roll and it's going to be done and you're going to get the result. So very quick and easy. Another game strength. And again, small space required. You're only going to need 2 sheets of paper printed out. So easy setup, easy requirements. You just need to print out the sheets that you get. Game weaknesses, no cards. So there is no cards. You're only going to have these team sheets. Again, a weakness might be it is simplistic gameplay where you're just rolling and getting a result. There are, of course, built-in options for all your defensive different alignments, whether you're playing infield in and stuff like that. So you can do all that stuff, but it is a very simplistic game, rolling, and getting a result. Some people might find that a little bit too simplistic for them, but in all, it works rather well, to be honest, for a simple gameplay. But for some people, they might think that is a game weakness. I'm not a great fan of the steel system because there is some, not some issues I have with it, but some, like you take, for example, here, Trey Mancini here is a 100% chance to steal a base. He doesn't steal very often, but when he does, he's automatic, right? So, it is based on stats, right? So Trey Mancini might only stole 2 bases all season and never got caught. So he was 100% steal success rating. And that might be what you should be using. But for me, it can really, I'm going to try and steal this base because this guy's got a 100% chance of making it. So it can be a little gamey that way. There is the built-in stolen base. What do they call this? A stolen base assist roll that you have to make to see whether or not the player can actually attempt to steal or not. So that kind of fine-tunes that. But still, if you get lucky enough and roll, 1 or whatever you need to roll, then yes, he's going to automatically steal the base. There is some optional rules that you can use to adjust that based on the catcher strength and stuff. But steel system can be a little gamey. And the other thing I wish would have been separated, and I've seen some people house rule some differences, and I've actually done some differences, is all the range and error checks are basically built into the same roll, which I'm not a big fan of. When you roll at 93 or 92 to 99, you're going to get either a range or error check based on your 6-sided dice, and there's going to be 1 to 4, it's an error check. 5 or 6 is a range check, which means sometimes, like the automatic, there's automatically going to be an automatic catch. It's just, I wish it would have been separated a little bit better. And I know that a lot of people have a way or house ruled how to do the range and error checks a little bit differently than the way it's designed. And for me, it's just, it is simplistic system, and I would like something a little bit more to it. And of course, you can house rule that in to make it a little more complex, but it's not built into the actual game. So, range and error system. Value. What do you get for your cost? Well, that's going to be, we can see we actually have 2 numbers up here, 6 and a 9. It's going to be based upon your buy-in to this game. So there's several different ways you can buy this game. I think it's like $5 for like a season file, or you get like 5 season files for $20 maybe, and you get 30 season files for like, I don't know, $20 or $30 or whatever it is. Or they have like the all buy-in value, which is like $99 gets you every season file, every single one from 1900 to present day, and including free updates for the rest of time, I guess, as long as he keeps producing them. So, if you spend $99, you're going to get 119 baseball seasons worth. So you're talking, $99 for 119 baseball seasons, less than $1 a season, right? So the value for that would go way up. You can get them for, if you buy just one season file, it's $5. So based on how much you buy in, and like I said, there's like a 3 or 5 pack, and you can also buy like a 10 pack, or you can buy a 20 pack, or you can buy the whole pack. So it depends on how much you actually buy into the system, depends on your value. Quality of the cards and components, etc., blah, blah, blah. You're only going to get the Excel, or you're only going to get them as a PDF. So again, it's going to be based on how you print them out, what kind of quality paper you use, whether you print them in color or not, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just going to leave it in the middle. It's all up to you, because there is no printed version of this or anything like that. Support from the company, the mods, etc., blah, blah, blah. Again, this is the same fella that we bought all of our Play Ball stuff from, our Fall Classic. It's always been good quality stuff, quick delivery, never had a problem, always there, helpful, very supportive. So, we'll give them a 7 out of 10. Availability of seasons, extra players, etc., blah, blah, blah. I would give this a 10 out of 10 because it's got just about every season from 1900 on. I don't think it goes previous to 1900, but from 1900 to 2018, every single season's available. So, and I think it has just about every player that played. I think he tries to keep it to 1 sheet per team. So I think maybe there's some like super fringe players that might not make the sheet if there's too many players that played for a certain team. Because I believe he's trying to keep each team to 1 sheet. So you can do everything from 1 single sheet. So you might not get every single solitary player, but you get enough to fill up a sheet. Let's just put it that way, which is just about everyone, as you can see from our information here. You can see doesn't tell us how many games they played. At bats, yes, it does. It tells us at bats. There's a couple guys with 1 at bat, 0 at bats, 2 at bats, 3 at bats. So yeah, just about everybody, as long as they can fit on a sheet. If maybe 2019 Baltimore might have had an extra player or 2, they might not have made the cut. Because like I said, I think he's trying to keep it to 1 page, which is plenty. I mean, how many guys was that, really? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36 batters. All right, so you get tons. You get tons and tons of batters. So is every single solitary player? I don't know for 100%, but you get just about everyone. Ease and flow of the game and how the game plays. I mean, I gotta rate this 10 out of 10 because it's super, super simple. Roll a dice and try to find the number on the card. Pretty simple. It's not too complex. If you have base runners, you're going to have another chart you're going to need to roll on, but that doesn't slow the game down. Game flows pretty fast, pretty easy. About the only difficult part at all of this game, is remembering, the batting order, or, who's up or whatever like that. Because it's a sheet of paper, and let's say I'm doing the 2019 Baltimore Orioles, it's a sheet of paper, I'll print out like 20 copies of this, right? In game number 1, right, what I would do is write down, okay, Richie Martin is the first batter. I would just put a 1 down there, over here, wherever it's best. Put a number 1 there. And then Dwight Stevens was the second batter. I'd put a 2 there. And I put a 3 here. It's a sheet of paper. So I'll just print it out a whole bunch of times and just use it. In the next game, maybe Chris Davis was batter number 1. So I'll just put a number 1 down there. So it's easier to keep track. You just go, oh, it's the 6th batter. You look for the number 6. Oh, there's the guy. Boom. It's a sheet of paper. You can print it out as many times as you want, right? And then you can mark it up however you want. You could even highlight the players that are starting the game as you go. And then when you're done with that sheet, you just throw it in the trash can and print you out another sheet. And then for the next game, just highlight the players that are in there. Same thing with the with the pitchers. You just highlight the pitcher that starts the game, so you have his line ready to go. And then when replacement pitcher comes in, you maybe use a different highlighter. Maybe yellow and then orange and then green. And then you just look at that line when it's that time. Boom. Pretty simple, pretty quick, pretty easy. So, the complaint from some people about, I got to try to figure out how to get to, which person's up and which batter and which pitcher and blah, 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 blah. It's not really a valid explanation when all you have to do is print out a sheet of paper and you can highlight, you can mark it, you can do whatever you want on it. So anyways, that's roster card baseball, our number 9 game. It was number 9 before. It's still number 9. Really good value. Really good. The more you buy in, the better your value goes up. Availability just about every season you can possibly want from 1900. In fact, every season from 1900 up. If you want some of the 1800s and 96 season, you might be out of luck. But if you're anything, from 1900 up, it's all available. And like I said, 99.99% of the players, I don't know for sure if every single player makes it on a sheet, but just about everyone. And the ease and flow of the game is incredibly easy, quick, super quick. Find the results, get the results, move to the next player. You can play this game quickly. It's easy to understand. There's only a couple pages of rules. A lot to like about roster card baseball. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.